people, find a friend, inviting through the shake capability. Now, this is a concept and one we won't probably implement in the MVP, but I wanted to go over it and have it in the back of your head because this is something that could be coming down the road. So the concept here is when we want to add lots of people at one time, we want to facilitate that capability very easily. So the concept of geofencing a location, so having a group that has a geofence around the location and then having all the people at that location shake their device to indicate that they want to be part of that group. That is the general concept. I outlined that in a lot more detail in the concept here. Examples are like at a concert, at a wedding, where there's a master of ceremonies, even at a church where there's a pastor, where they could put a QR code up on the screen or share it on the front door saying scan this, so the person loads the application, gets ready for it, and then they go into this screen, they're ready to shake their phone to have everybody add at this location. So this is the initial screen. This is a screen that would show if we do not have the capability to track their current location. So we need to ask them, we need to inform them why we're doing this, and then we need to ask them to allow that. This is very important that they don't they don't get to this grant capability without properly understanding that they pretty much 99% of the time will want to say okay to this. Because if they say don't allow, it becomes a lot more difficult for them to then go back in and set this again, because you have to go into the settings in the settings area of the device and then switch over that setting, turn on that setting. It's a little more cumbersome process to do that. I'll go over that process here in a little bit, but that's a general concept of this. It's kind of a fun way for everybody at a concert, let's say, or a wedding to kind of shake their phones together. It's a group activity, and everybody gets added to that group. And once you're in that group, people can be sharing photos. People can be sharing text messaging. Lots of different things can happen in that group setting. So this is just the beginnings of how we would invite somebody into a group environment. There's lots more to explore with this, but this was just an early concept idea that we had when we were thinking about this, like shaking our phones together, and I could see a lot of people having fun with this. So the concept really is that we have this parent. I'll move down to this. We have this parent. Maybe I didn't put it in here. We have it should be right here. So we have a parent group, or for example, you have a wedding. So somebody's putting this wedding on. They're pointing everybody to this activity of, hey, everybody, let's shake. So let's shake all our phones together and join this group and all experience this wedding in a shared environment where we can all share our photos, we can talk, we can chat, we can, after the fact, we can go back and we can see the opening of the presents, things like that. But along with that, I thought about this with, like, say, for example, a concert. You might have groups of people, groups of friends that go to this concert together, and they want to have a shared experience amongst themselves. So you could have what I would consider to be a child of that parent group. So you have the main group, which would be the concert, where the concert facilitators would be putting that together and telling everybody to shake at the specific time. But then while they're waiting to do that shake at the same time, we could display things like this to have people create their own groups. So that facilitates more interaction on the network. People get together, they congregate, and they share things together. I think it's a good thing while they're waiting to do the main event, so they can experience what's about to happen, understand some of the flows of things. But all this would be geofenced. So when we are creating this group, we will need to go through the process of saying, okay, what is the fence around your geography that you want to establish as the shake environment? So people inside of that shake environment would then be automatically added, or we would display the automatic invite. They just click another button and they're in. And people outside of that geofence would not be able to see that, would not be able to get that invite. This creates location-based kind of proof points where you can prove that you were at that event in a sense. And there's been some NFT things with like proving location. Pope, POAP, is something that's very popular in the NFT environment where they it's proof of attending like a talk or being on one of the first people to use it, like a Genesis user, things like that. So this is kind of a proof in real life that you were at that location at this specific time when the master of ceremonies, in certain cases, turned on the capability to accept you in, and you were there shaking your phone. So it's kind of a pride thing in a way. We might tie badges to this stuff in the future, allow brands to kind of build on this and create their own events around this where they can have shake events where you can prove that you were there or that you were in line you can get on a wait list for, let's say, this really popular shoe that's only going to have 2,000 ever made. So this is kind of like the start of something that could grow in popularity, I think. I haven't seen this used anywhere, but I think it's an interesting concept. I mean, we could do this in multiple other ways. You don't really need to shake your phone. You could just tap your phone like we're saying here. So this is during the actual shaking of your phone. This is what we'd want to show them. So it's just that we want to, the shake is we're detecting on the device that there is a shaking going on, a device is in motion, and we're triggering an event. Well, that same exact event could be triggered by just tapping the phone screen. It just makes it a little more fun to shake something. So I think of Taylor Swift "Shake It Off" all the time when I think of this now. But that's kind of the shake capability. We're not going to implement this right away, but I just wanted to plant it in your head. We're going to stop at this screen, and we'll just deactivate this allow button. But it will kind of tease people on what is to come. So we want to have this in here. Excuse the icon here. I got a bug or something in the system, and it's not turning it blue. It should be blue like this one down here, but it just doesn't turn for me. It switches to blue and then right back to gray. So I don't know what's going on. There's a little bug in the system, but that should be blue. But yeah, this is the endpoint basically we want to stop at. Cancel, of course, closes this area, and the back button would go back. This capability here of the primary action on this would be the same as down here where we have create group. That's what this activity, that's what that icon really would represent, create another group. So I also have it down here. But I thought it would be better to elevate it in visibility by having it in the screen to get more people to do that activity. So finding other groups by you while you're waiting for that event to happen, or when the person says, hey, okay, everybody hit the button, find groups by me, and then you go into that shake event. Okay, everybody shake to indicate you're in the geofence, and I think it could be a lot of fun. It's something that is maybe Instagrammed and TikToked a little bit. Well, that's find a friends through the shake capability.